Purpose. What do you want to accomplish in this meeting? Should be very clear. What kind of meeting is it? Does the leader need to acquire specialist advice on any subject? Is the leader conversant with the reason for the meeting? Do you need to discuss any of the contents of the meeting with anyone in a higher management position to get some valuable inputs before we convene the meeting? Support. Is there a need to use advanced visual aids for better presentation? If it is a business meeting and we want to present figures, facts, then a graphical presentation would help a lot. Comparisons, charts. Is a written report required? The numbers, if we have to give the last 12 months numbers and that needs to be circulated, it's a written report. How much general knowledge and awareness is required? General knowledge as far as the market is concerned, if it's a marketing meeting, is it required? Do you use mic or other audio aids? If it's a large hall and you will not be well heard, you may need a mic or a podium to address people. Code for meeting. Start and end on time. It conveys a lot of professionalism. People will respect such meetings. Be present on time and be prepared mentally. Whoever has called for the meeting necessarily has to be there first and should be well prepared mentally for this meeting. Establish the objectives. A, B, C, D are the objectives of this meeting. Set an agenda. This is how we're going to go about, this is the time we're going to spend, this is where we start and this is where we end. Be brief and precise. Instead of beating around the bush, you must be brief and precise whatever is being said. Don't dominate the discussion. One person should not dominate the discussion because the others will not, then the meeting was not required. The discussion needs to flow. Only then ideas will flow. Listen to others. Very important. Listening skills are extremely important in a problem solving situation especially. Encourage participation for ideas. Encourage everybody who is there in the meeting to participate through various methods. Don't interrupt unnecessarily. It's a very, very wrong thing to do because you're disrespecting the person who is speaking. So do not interrupt unnecessarily. Don't evaluate presentation. This one has done well, that one has not done well. Look at the essence of the presentation, that's more important. Give full attention to discussions, basically respecting each member in the meeting. Stay close to the subject, the agenda, so that because otherwise meetings will be never ending. Don't have side conversations. Again, give respect to the speaker and keep it within the flow of the meeting. Resolve related conflicts and issues. If it is pertaining to the agenda and the problem, it's good to bring it up. Decide on follow-up action. A meeting will be inconclusive if it is not followed up with actions. Record ideas, discussions, because otherwise they will just evaporate and nobody will ever get to know that such discussions happened. Assess the outcome in the end. Finally, we'll take congruence of whatever has happened and what needs to be done. And let's keep the meeting within time. Important preparatory points for a meeting to go off well and on time. Agenda should be clear. Background papers, whatever required, should be ready. Whom to invite, one should know. Timing and venue needs to be fixed. You can't run around for venue at the last moment. Punctuality. Everybody who is attending the meeting needs to be punctual. Otherwise, timings cannot be kept. Time management. If a discussion of an idea is going beyond the limit of the time which has been allotted, then one has to bring the discussion back and move to the next point. Check for meetings. One must have a checklist of all the requirements for a meeting. starting with timing, has been communicated, agenda has been communicated, venue has been booked, what are the snack preparations, lunch preparations done, so on and so forth. Checklist has to be ready for a meeting. So these are the important preparatory points for a meeting. Now let us look at steps in conduct of meetings. What happens? The process begins with the beginning, which is setting the ball rolling for the meeting, starting with a positive note, introducing the people who are there in the meeting. If somebody is not familiar, familiarizing them by asking them to introduce themselves. So create a conducive atmosphere for the meeting to start. Then leading, where the objective of the meeting is discussed and the topics, you start rolling as far as the topics are concerned or the issues are concerned. Then conducting the meeting, keeping track of time, ensuring that an idea doesn't take too much time. Some people, hog the meetings by talking too much, ensuring that everybody gets a chance to speak. And finally, the closing, where one summarizes whatever has been discussed in the meeting and aligning it to the agenda that one started with and ensuring that those objectives have been met.